All right. What is up, guys? Corey is back, or just a guy on my lunch break. Except I haven't been taking a lunch break for almost 2 weeks now. I'll explain all that. But when you're just a guy on your lunch break and you're not getting a lunch break, that's a problem, right? As you know, I always record my videos on my lunch break. Hence, the channel name, Just a Guy on My Lunch Break. As you know, my wife and I had a very, very quick and surprise birth of my son, River, earlier this year. I had to use over a week of my personal time off, my paid time off with my company. At my time, I'm a salaried employee, so you only get X number of paid time off, or paid hours, as it were. And let's just say this year, due to unforeseen and unexpected circumstances, my paid time off was up, done, finito by probably July, maybe August of this year, somewhere around in there. So for the last few months, if anything goes down, if I have to miss work for something, whatever, I'm in a situation where either I use my vacation time, which, not wanting to do that, I usually use any excess vacation time that I have each year to stay at home with my family during Christmas, because my children and my wife are home the whole week of Christmas. My company, I have an office job, working in an office. The production floor where I work is shut down on Christmas week, so there's nothing being made, there's nothing being produced, but the salaried office employees are not off for the week of Christmas. So if you want to be off and home with your family on the week of Christmas, you have to use either paid time off or vacation for that. I don't have any paid time off left. I have vacation left, and I'm going to be using my vacation so that I can be home with my family over the Christmas holiday. So long story short, a couple of weeks ago, I had to stay home on a Friday with my son, who had gotten sick at daycare again. And my wife had to travel out of town to Zebulon, which is a couple hours away from where I live, with her work that day. So I had to take a day off. Even though I wasn't sick, I had to take a day off and stay home with my son because there was no one to watch him, right? And I don't have any paid time off left. So I talked to my boss. I said, hey, man, I'm going to skip my lunch break over the next 8 days until I make up that time. They will allow you to do that there, so I'm pretty grateful for that. So Tuesday through Friday of last week, didn't take a lunch break. Just worked right on through, and then still didn't leave until 5 o'clock that day. Did the same thing this week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Didn't take a lunch. And left at 5 o'clock. And so today, on Friday, is the first time in almost 2 weeks that I've gotten a lunch break. Just a Guy on My Lunch Break is back taking lunch breaks. So anyway, that's why you guys have not heard from me. I had several people reach out to me. What's up, bro? We miss you. I love watching your videos every day. We miss just your personality and hearing from you and this and that and the other. And I really appreciate folks who have reached out to me in that regard. Really does mean a lot. But there's actually some folks out there that miss me when I don't come on here. And that feels good. That feels really good. Lets me know that my videos are helping people, and that, my videos are really inspiring and bringing a lot of comfort to a lot of people who may be struggling with kratom use, kratom addiction, or maybe some other sort of opioid addiction as well. And so, yeah, that really means a lot. That really does mean a lot. And hey, I'm almost at 500 subscribers. It's funny, you don't post for like a week and a half, and my subscribership is still increasing. I've probably gotten 20 to 30 more subscribers within the past couple of weeks, and I've not been posting, so I've kind of been surprised about that. But I guess folks are still, when you have a plethora of videos posted, as I do, I guess people are still running across your old ones and stuff like that. They're popping up on their feeds. So So anyway, subscribership is still increasing. Last time I checked, I think it was like 491. So I'm right around the corner for 500, from 500 subscribers. So this is at the point in the video that I would say, take 2 seconds, hit that subscribe button if you would. It's a free service. It doesn't cost you anything. The least you could do is be the spit in a handshake individual. Say, yeah, dude, appreciate your content. Appreciate you taking the time to make the content, responding to the comments that you get and all that good. Just appreciate all that. So you know what? I'm going to hit that subscribe button. That, you got a deal, brother. You know, and that will be the part where you would do that. So please do that. Also like the video and leave a comment. Let me know what your story is, because I do what I call subscriber Q&A sessions on here, where I look at people's comments, whether they're questions that they're asking or whether they're just commenting and kind of letting me know what their story and what their experiences have been. I read over that stuff and then we discuss it on here. So this is a channel that is kind of for the people, by the people. Or is it by the people, for the people? I can never remember which order that shit goes in. Yeah. That's that whole internal dialogue thing that I had somebody tell me the other day. Your internal dialogue still cracks me up. I have conversations with myself on here. I'll say something, then I'll be like, wait, is that right? You know, and then I'll have that conversation with myself. But either way, so hey, I want to say this right out of the gate. So I haven't taken Kratom in a while. It's been almost 3 weeks now. So it was not last weekend, not the weekend before, but the weekend before that. So you're looking at almost 3 weeks. So something like, I don't know well, yeah, I do. I guess it will be 20 days. No, I'm sorry. Less than that, about probably 18 days since I've taken it. As a lot of you know, I was taking it there for a while. I did taper and came off of it. Then I started back kind of taking it again, mostly on the weekends. A lot of people were irritated with me about that. Like, come on, man, you got off of it. Why are you going to go back on it? You know, you're an addict. You have an addict mentality. You can't control the use of something like Kratom. So why are you doing that? You know, I had some people just almost get butthurt with me about that, which, you know, I thought was strange, because I'm just some guy on my lunch break, dude. I'm just some random guy on the internet whom you've never met. So I can't, I just couldn't see myself getting butthurt by whether somebody was using or not using, when it's someone that I just saw randomly, found their channel on the internet, and I've never met them or had any sort of personal dealings with that person. But, you know, I think in some people's mind, people have been following my channel and kind of my story for a while, and they were, I guess certain people felt like they were invested in my story. And then when I didn't follow the protocol that they felt like I should have followed, made them feel some sort of way. It is what it is. But listen, there was only a couple of people that did that, or really one, maybe a couple, that seemed to kind of get butthurt because I decided to start taking it, you know, every once in a while again. But most people are like, hey, man, you know, do you? It's better than taking it every day. Your life, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. So you got a little bit of, you know, both spectrums on that. Some people agreed with that was okay, and then there's other people, no, you can't do that. You can't do that. If you were an addict or ever addicted to opiates, you cannot use it responsibly. You just can't. I got some of those people too. And I would say for the most part, that's probably right. And it is true. I do have a past addictive history with opioids, specifically like pain pills and stuff like that. Now, I wouldn't say Kratom affects me the exact same way as what pain pills did. And I will say, by and large, it was easier for me to get off of Kratom than it was pain pills. But that's the initial getting off. Getting off initially, it's not that bad. You know, it's kind of like you can sprint for 100 yards, right? Most people can do that. You can run at full speed and you can sprint for 100 yards. But if you start asking me to sprint a half mile, or sprint for 3/4 of a mile, or sprint for a mile, there's gonna be some degradation of the quality and the speed and the velocity of that run as time goes along, right? Same thing with something like this. It's easy to run the race, to sprint. Yeah, I got this in the short term, and to get off and to stay off for a little bit. But then when it starts becoming your new normal, and then the boredom kicks in, and then the addict mentality of talking to you, and the addict brain starts to talk to you about, well, hey man, you're doing good. I mean, look how well you've done. What's it gonna hurt if you go and take a couple of doses on the weekend? Or what's it gonna hurt if you reward yourself by taking a little bit because you're going to this social event where everybody there is gonna be hanging out, probably some of them drinking stuff like. You don't really like to drink, dude. That's not really your thing. Your thing is Kratom. Your thing is the opiate-like substances, and you've been off of it for 2 weeks, 3 weeks now, Reward yourself, man. You've done well. Reward yourself. And then that whole thing starts to kick in. The problem is, for people who have that addict mentality, that one dose inevitably turns into 2, and then the 2 doses into 3, and then the 3 into 4, so forth and so on, okay? I'm not saying it's like that for everyone, but I will agree that for most people, it's like that. So I went for several weekends, and I was taking it on the weekends and stuff like that, but what I was finding was, even though I wasn't really having any physical withdrawals, like when I would take it on the weekend and then I stopped again on Monday, and then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I wasn't taking it. So I was kind of like 3 days on, 4 days off sort of thing. I was still finding that those 4 days off were kind of miserable. And all I was thinking about was, damn, I want to use Kratom, And I will admit that now that I've been back off of it for almost 3 weeks now, that it's much more of a feeling like, okay, I'm finding myself not thinking about it as much, as often. I'm not sitting there every minute of the day like, damn, another 10 minutes without Kratom. Damn, another 30 minutes without Kratom. Damn, it's been an hour and I still hadn't had Kratom. I don't wonder if I can go this next 2 hours, this next 5, 6 hours without Kratom. If you start having that, if you're a person who is allowing yourself to still use it, okay, and you have that addict mentality. So anyway, that's where I'm at. I'm not saying I'll never take it again. I'll never say that, because I could say that and then I could go home and have a weak moment this weekend and use it this weekend. So, and I've had a lot of, a couple of people that got, the ones I was talking about, that got butt hurt because I decided to continue using from time to time. A couple of those had that sort of mentality with me, like, hey bro, you can't see, why would you willfully say that, well, I'm not saying I'm never going to use again. They teach you that in recovery. You can't say you're never going to use again. As an addict, you can never say that you're never going to use again, because you could go and relapse tomorrow, and then what? You've made a fucking liar of yourself. That's what. So I'll never say never, but not today. Not today. So anyway, that's where I'm at. Damn, 15 minutes. Well, I had to set it up. I hadn't talked to you guys in a while, so just kind of wanted to let you guys know where I'm at, how come I hadn't been on the airwaves in a little while. And I appreciate the well wishes, and I do miss you guys. I miss the interaction with you guys when I don't post, and the comments and so forth and so on. But I just want to take a few minutes to kind of set that up, because I'm sure you guys are wondering what happened to me and if I dropped off the face of the earth. I did not. I am here, and as good as ever. Life's going pretty damn good, to be honest with you. This is at Angela's Tube 3809. As of today, I am on 4.5 grams. Took 1.5 before work, 1 gram midday, and 2 gram afternoon, last dose for the day. I am curious how the night will go. Falling asleep is not as easy as usual. I have some leg pain and feel uncomfortable. I take D-L-phenylalanine. I think I'm saying that right. D-L-phenylalanine. It's an amino acid that helps kick-starting the natural dopamine production. I take C as well. C, I'm assuming she's talking about vitamin C. Sea salts. I got this stuff called sea salts. It's high potency but buffered. So far, the day went okay. I feel a bit heavy and not exactly super energetic, but I swarm for a half an hour. Exercise is essential. Last year when I tapered, I used the Wim Hoff breathing. Yes, let's go. I'm a big supporter of this. I'll talk about it a little bit after the comment. I used the Wim Hoff breathing method and went sitting in the ice cold pool. Wow, that really helped. Right now, the pool isn't cold enough for that, but maybe later in the year. I'll be on this new dose for a few days before I move further down. I've been trying to get off for 2 years. This is the smallest dose I have been on since. First off, let me say, Angela, thank you for the comment, and that is amazing. That is awesome. Congratulations. Super proud of you for that. It takes a lot of hard work and a lot of commitment to even get down to as low as you are, and you deserve absolute credit for that. Sounds to me like you're doing all the right things here and that you've got your head kind of wrapped around this whole thing the way it needs to be. You made a lot of comments here that let me know that you're on the right track. You know, first off, and this is absolute most important, there's people out there that say I want to quit, but it never goes past just being words for them. It never goes past just being a sentence for them. First and foremost, your ass has got to make a plan, okay? And put the plan to paper if you need to. If you can't follow the plan when it's in your brain, then put it on paper. Put it on a piece of paper and tape it to your mirror at home, so that when you go to brush your teeth at night, or when you go to brush your teeth in the morning, or to wash your face at night, or you're fixing your hair, or put it on your makeup if you're a woman, or whatever it is, make it to where that plan is visual for you. Make it to where you have chopped it up and segmented. Okay, I'm going to take this dose at this time. I'm going to take this dose at this time and this dose at this time. I'm going to do that for 3 days. Then when that 3 days is up, I'm going to chop down this dose by this much. Then I'm going to chop down this dose by this much. This dose. And then so forth and so on. And if you do that, and if you write it down to where it is visually manifesting in front of you, then you will be able to manifest it in your life, okay? It's not enough to just say, I want to quit or I want to change it. You have to actually go through certain steps. And let's get real. Sometimes those steps are not easy. They're not. They're tough. You know, and Angela talks about some of it here. How the leg pain, how she's not very energetic at all. She feels kind of heavy. You know, these are very typical withdrawal symptoms. When you take something like Kratom regularly for a long period of time, one of the side effects of it is that, and one of the reasons people love it, because it not only gives you the euphoria, but it also gives you energy. It kind of gives you a burst of energy. You feel like you can take on the world, right? You want to go and work on this, and you play hard and you work hard when you take something like Kratom. And because it hits those opiate receptors and it causes this influx and increase of dopamine in your brain and in your body, when you go to stop taking it, either abruptly or even if you taper off of it, it takes your body time to readjust to that. And your body has down-regulated the production process of dopamine because it's getting all this extra from the Kratom. So it's got all this extra dopamine floating around in the system. So what your body does is it senses that, and it says, okay, well, we've got enough dopamine for the next 3 days on board. So you know what? Shut down the lights, shut down the factory, no more dopamine production for today. So that's essentially what happens is your body's response to all of that kratom is to its own natural dopamine making processes are slowed down really significantly. So then when you stop or you taper off and you don't have all the extra kratom and dopamine and stuff on board, your body is in dopamine depletion mode at that point because it has gotten used to all this extra dopamine, so it's not making its own. Is that making sense? And that's why people get this low mood, this anhedonia, like barely have enough energy to put the left foot in front of the right, and to walk to the mailbox is even, you know, it seems like this massive chore. And that's just one of the side effects. It's something that's completely temporary, but it is absolutely one of the side effects of withdrawal that really, really drives people crazy. And I remember that being very, very hard because I'm a very, like, energetic, happy sort of person, right? And then when you're and that's one of the reasons that you fall into taking something like kratom, because it gives you more of that which you want to be. You want to be a happy person. You want to be a creative person. You want to be a positive, socially outgoing person, right? Kratom makes you more of that. So then you're like, damn, I like being this way. I like feeling this way. I like having all this energy. I like the ease of being able to talk to people more openly and freely and all that good stuff. So then you just, let me take more, let me take more, let me take more. Well, there's negative kickbacks of that. If you do that consistently for a long period of time, when you go to stop, then you're feeling just the opposite of that. Less energy, more lethargy. You're tired. You feel like you got 10-pound weights on each one of your legs when you walk, and your mood is really down-regulated, and you're kind of, you know, sad. You got the anhedonia. You just can't find pleasure in anything, whereas before you would be able to go walk through the woods and feel the breeze go through your, you know, blow past you, and you're just like, this is just inherently, intrinsically a good feeling. Not anymore. Not when you're coming off of something like kratom and you're in that, especially when you're in that acute withdrawal phase. You find the things that you would previously, you know, find satisfying. You don't find those things satisfying anymore. And that's how you know you're in that withdrawal phase with the anhedonia and all that stuff. So that's a normal thing, but it is something hard for people to deal with. But I just want you to know, it does get better, even in a short period of time. It gets better, okay? Let's see what else she says here. She talks about exercise. You guys know, if you have watched me for any length of time now, you know that exercise is just absolutely one of the biggest things that I promote on here. It is one of the biggest things that can really help you to battle against that feeling of the low energy and stuff like that. It's also the best way to naturally increase dopamine levels in your brain, right? And in your body. So if you want to get a little bit of that energy back, now listen, you're going to have to pay the piper. If you've been taking it, kratom, that is, for a long period of time, and you come off of it abruptly or you taper, you're still going to get some of the low energy. I'm not sitting here saying to you, oh, just go jog around the block a couple of times, man, and all that shit goes away. No. 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 Unfortunately, you're still going to have to pay the piper. It's something that's taking you a while to back yourself into this corner. It's going to take you a while to work yourself out of the corner, but you will eventually if you stay committed to it. She mentions the Wim Hoff breathing. This is huge. There are certain, I like the Wim Hoff. I like one called holotropic breathing. There are some ones called DMT breathing. And you would be shocked. You would be shocked. There are certain breathing techniques that you can do, that you can follow these exercises that kind of stress your respiratory system, right? But there's certain breathing exercises that you can follow where when it's over with, you can just look around and be like, damn, I feel good. Damn, I feel high. You literally will feel high, but it's natural, right? It's natural. That's the thing about these, you know, they think that this Kratom and these different things that you can take to make you feel good. You already have all of the chemicals. All of the chemicals already exist inside your body to make you feel the way that those substances make you feel. But what those substances do is they give you a cheat code, and they attach to those opiate receptors, and they cause more dopamine to release in your, and more serotonin to release into your system. So you're getting this cheat code and this quick fix. You know what I mean? And so instead of having to work for it by going out and exercising or some sort of stressful breathing exercise, instead of that, you're just getting a quick, no, all I gotta do is just swallow some powder. Yeah, all I gotta do is just shoot down some of this extract, and it's immediate, you know. And people get used to that cheat code and that quick way of going about getting that euphoria and that good feeling. But Wim Hoff breathing, the DMT breathing, the holotropic breath work are all really, really good things that can help you kind of get that naturally. And it really helps when you're going through withdrawals. You understand what I mean? When you're going through withdrawals where you're at a point where you're having trouble getting that energy. You're having trouble getting that drive to kind of put one foot in front of the other. You know, stuff like the exercise, drinking tons of water, the Wim Hof breathing. She mentioned sitting in an ice cold pool. Also something that if you don't have an ice cold pool, which I don't, I have a hot tub, but I don't have an ice bath. I would love to have an ice bath. I think it would be kind of cool. Actually, I do have one of those really deep bathtubs that, so actually, I take that back. I could do an ice bath. Damn, I should try that. I do have one of those deep tubs. I could just put cold water in it and then dump a couple of bags of ice in it. I could do that. Damn it. I think I'm going to talk myself into that now. I've never done a cold plunge, so that actually sounds, I've heard of a lot of people promoting that, and I've heard that it's really good for helping to give you energy and stuff like that. But I will say I have done where you get in the shower and you turn the water on as ice cold as you can get it, and then put your head, your neck, and your core especially up under it, and just let that water hit your back and hit your core and hit your head, and just let it run over you, and just shiver for as long as you can take it, whether it's 20 seconds, 30 seconds, then step out of the water or turn it back to warm. Get to where you're not shivering anymore, you're chilling, you're starting to feel okay again, turn it back to cold. Shiver. If you do that and do about 3 cycles of this, when you get out, you will be extremely relaxed. Just the process of the rigorous shivering causes your body to release all of these chemicals and endorphins that really give you this relaxed, like satiated, like satisfied sort of feeling. Okay? So that's something that's kind of similar to the ice bath, but different. These things really work, guys. They really do work. So I just want to put that out there. But Angela, keep doing it. Keep doing your thing. Really, really proud of you. Sounds like you're really on the right track with where you're going here. Keep me updated. I would like to hear, you know, how your process is of completely getting off of it.